I've always considered myself an artist. And I think that was like the very first profession, you know, when people ask their kids, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer, as far as I can remember, was always an artist, even though I didn't necessarily knew what that would mean. I always had music around me as a kid. My grandma played the piano, and I discovered a guitar in her attic when I was really young, but it was all broken and like couldn't be played, but it fascinated me. And the next time that I ran into a guitar, I think I was probably 12 or 13 years old. This friend of mine had one that he kept under his bed that he never played, and he gave it to me. That was the turning point. Music just became my thing. Once I started playing guitar and convinced some of my friends in high school to play instruments too, it was just like, well, we need songs now. Like, we're not going to be a cover band. And so songs just started happening. After I'd moved to Omaha for college, we formed another band, the Young Funk. I was writing a lot of songs for that. I was playing electric guitar and kind of getting my chops there, all the while writing acoustic songs in the meantime and kind of building a catalog of stuff that just kind of stuck around and eventually came to be what this record is. Making music to me it's pure liberation. I love every piece of the process, from being randomly inspired to scribble down a song to taking them into the studio and putting them down on tape and sort of like cementing them for the rest of your life as like a little time capsule. Hell yeah. So we're gonna be in Nashville, Tennessee to make this record. To me, this project was all about checking all the boxes and doing the stereotypical sort of process for making like a country roots record. Like, go to Nashville, Tennessee, get a great studio, get a great producer, get great musicians. Ken Coomer was on my list of producers to work with. Luckily, through my friend Chad Elliott, who I let hear some of my demos, he was gracious enough to pass them on to Ken because he thought it would be a good fit. I think he's the guy to do it. I think his notes so far on all the tunes are spot on what I'm looking to do.
Live too proud, you might live alone. You can take all your pain and let it go. You can take all of your thoughts and send them up slow. Life feels like $1 million bill, just like a summer night on some theme park. Like it old songs on my radio wave.
Head south on 12th Avenue South toward Kirkwood Avenue, then turn left onto Kirkwood Avenue.
This is Ken's. What did you bring? I brought a Martin HD28. It's my go-to acoustic.
Yeah. I can see that.
But I've been jonesing for one of these. This one is not gonna help. Switch one?
Yep.
Working with Ken so far has been great, and it really proved to me pretty quickly why I wanted to work with a producer for this record. Just his thoughts on how to color the songs and how to create dynamics throughout the record and create peaks and valleys in it.
I kept getting confused, thinking you.
How's that feel?
Feels good.
Like I do want to try that military drum thing, real distant with the acoustic on the top.
What's that?
I sent you notes on that. Go out there and play it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
All right. What's this one called?
Chasing the morning light.
Chasing.
Don't you cry for me, 'cause I believe that I believe there's no end and no beginning.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I like the spoken word stuff at the end. That's where we'll let you do that for like a bar and a half, and we'll start to fade.
Okay.
And I want you to keep doing the talking thing. And at the end of the fade, I want to hear you go back like you did to the singing, so it feels like we're missing the party at the end. Like, whoa,
okay.
where are they going? You know?
Cool.
Like you'll hear that start, but you won't hear it end.
All right.
But you play it out, and we'll do that.
Cool. That's what I normally do. So.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right. If I knew your name, I just might say something, but right now the sun's in my eyes. 'Cause I've been driving through the wind and the rain, just chasing the morning light. If you knew my hands, would you still ask to hold them as we wander into the woods? If you knew my brain, would you say I'm the same?
Maybe go back a little bit more. You lost a little bit of personality.
'Cause I've been
That
driving
sounds
this
good.
road a little while.
That sound good?
Road out of sea.
I love it.
I could have made it myself. Like, I could have gone to a studio without a producer and hired an engineer, and some musicians were like my friends, and we could have got it done, and I would have known what it was going to sound like, which wasn't really what I wanted to do in this case. I wanted to bring in people that were going to provide their take on it, and it was a take that I could trust, and we could make something different.
'Cause you know I ain't never gonna stop singing or listening to my guitar strum.
This is East Nashville shit right here. Porch with a rocking chair. It's required. More changes in this one, but it's pretty clear verse and chorus. So
Okay.
there's a little walk down to an E minor in the chorus, but it's all pretty well charted here for you, I think.
The most fun part of being in the studio is just playing the songs for Ken and Billy and just tearing them apart and deciding kind of how we want to put them back together and in what form that we think they're sort of the most powerful and kind of what vibe we want for each piece.
Pretty awesome. So I hear that one note that's a little.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You can use my chart here too, Billy, if you want. Might help a little.
Hang on a second. Oh, let me just hear the kick.
Just there?
Just kick, please.
Oh.
I have records that both of those guys have made on my record shelf at home, so getting to work with them on songs that I've written was super cool, and just being able to like pick up an idea, run with it, and just try it out, and if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, trying something else and hitting it over and over until we got it where we felt it was right.
Wasted Love, no. Let's see, Dying Slow. It might be time to go to electric.
It might be. I mean,
That to me is enough acoustic on this. She's filming again!
yeah.
But I think it's good. So at this point, we can just jump to whatever song. And check with JJ and see where his
Get some
feelings are. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Write it on the board.
Put it on board. Electric Mando.
Oh, sweetness. I like that little giggle.
Leave that in.
Leave that in. Your giggle just made it on a record. Did you bring a real banjo?
No, it's a 6-string.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that most banjos are like god awful guitars.
I like this one. Not bad.
Is there a difference between a banjo and a banjitar?
Oh, I don't know.
See it a little bit.
I don't know what I call it.
I think it's just the name.
Nashville is just like, it's just a magical musical city, isn't it? It's just a place that just sings on its own. And being here, you know, it's just like if you can't make a great record in Nashville, then, you know, you can't make a great record, probably.
Ain't gonna turn off this TV. Ain't gonna put out my smoke. I ain't going nowhere. It's all just a joke. I might scream from my window. Yeah, I'll rant and recant. If I put on any record, it'll be Towns Van Zandt. 'Cause tonight you can't make me dance.
In a lot of ways, it's kind of like a collage record. It's just a collection of all the stuff that I've written since I started writing songs, basically. And I feel like those songs, you know, some of which have been around for so long, finally have like a home. It's everything up until this point, all put together.
Too shaky old legs, too tired tripping feet.